But invite people to church. And let me just say something here. I don't know your congregation, so many of our congregations, though, are not warm and welcoming. I hear you're warm and welcoming, and I'm glad to hear that. But when people come to church, all right, if you're all standing in the back of church and you're having your coffee and you're talking about I'll give you an example, so it's not in the abstract. I was at a church in the Midwest, and they were having a dinner, and I went and I sat at a table, round table like you have in the back. There were about 6, 7 people at the table besides me. They were all talking about things, right? Because they all knew each other. They all grew up together. They all went to school together. They all worked with each other. I sat there and I was just like, so when I had an opportunity to speak, I said, you're very kind, warm people. I said, but I sat throughout the entirety of dinner and couldn't participate in conversation because you were all talking about yourselves. Or Dutch bingo. Does everybody know what Dutch bingo is? Right? Oh, you're from, you used to live in Annapolis? My uncle goes to that church out there, right? Or whatever, right? Dutch bingo. Now, if you're playing Dutch bingo and somebody can't play Dutch bingo, what's the message that's sent loud and clear without a word? You don't belong. You're not one of us. Somebody walks in the door, you don't know them, give them a warm greeting, and introduce them to other people. Maybe they live in the same neighborhood. Maybe they work at the same kind of job. Yeah, so-and-so over here is in computers. Here, let me introduce you. Introduce them around. And don't let it stop, right, with just before worship. Sit with them during worship. We had a young man I've been working with. He started to come to church. I was so excited. Somebody actually that I contacted was going to come to church. He came to church. He had a Bible that a mutual friend had given him. He had no idea where to turn in the Bible. So I would turn in the Bible for him, and I would give him the passage as the sermon came up. He had never sung from a hymnal, right? Turn in the hymnal, give it to him. Help him out. Then after worship, don't just be content, okay, well, I was warm and welcoming, see you later. No, have those people over to your house. Hey, why don't you come by our house for dinner? This first time you ever been in a church? What'd you think? I love to hear visitors come to church, Christian, non-Christian, right? What'd you hear, what'd you see? What'd you think? What were your perceptions? I want to know.